Welcome in everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from. I'm filming this today and we have one of the most embarrassing moments in modern Russian military history, and the footage has been released. Putin's most feared nuclear missile, the one he personally called unstoppable and impossible to intercept, exploded on camera in front of the entire world. And we are going to break it all down right now. Before we get into it, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, huge boost to the channel. Hit that notification bell, all notifications turned on. You will not miss a thing. And I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. Does this change how scared you are of Russia's nuclear arsenal? Does Putin still scare you after this? Let me know below. Now let's get into it. So here is what happened. On November 28, 2025, Russia attempted to test launch what is almost certainly their RS-28 Sarmat ICBM, that is an intercontinental ballistic missile, from the Dombarovsky air base in the Orenburg region of Russia. Now let me tell you what the Sarmat actually is, because Putin has been bragging about this thing for years. Back in 2018, Putin personally unveiled the Sarmat in his address to the Russian parliament. He called it, and I want to be precise here, a missile with virtually no range limits, capable of attacking from any direction, flying over the North Pole or the South Pole, and hitting anywhere on Earth. He also said, and this is key, that no existing or future air defense system in the world could stop it. That is Putin's own words. The Sarmat is also known in Western intelligence circles as Satan II, that is NATO's reporting name for it. It is designed to carry up to 10 nuclear warheads, travel over 11,000 miles, and deliver a strike so powerful that, according to Russian state media, a single missile could wipe out an area the size of Texas or France. So that is what they were testing. That is what Putin has been bragging about since 2018. Now let's talk about what actually happened. I'm going to put the footage description on screen here. Eyewitnesses near Yasny filmed the launch. The missile emerged from its silo and almost immediately started going wrong. It tilted. It began cartwheeling. It lost thrust. And then it slammed back into the ground a short distance from its own launch site. A massive fireball erupted. A distinctive reddish-brown toxic cloud rose into the sky. Analysts confirm that cloud color is the signature of hydrazine and nitrogen tetroxide, the highly toxic liquid fuels used in Russia's heaviest nuclear ICBMs. Satellite imagery taken the very next morning confirmed a crater approximately 70 meters wide and a burn scar stretching 1.2 kilometers across the landscape. Now here is where it gets really interesting and really embarrassing for Putin. This is not the first time, not even close. Let me give you the Sarmat failure record because I want you to understand the full picture here. Spring 2024, failed launch at Plesetsk. September 2024, failed launch at Plesetsk. The missile exploded inside its own silo, carving out a crater 60 meters wide and destroying the entire launch infrastructure at that facility. November 28, 2025, this launch failed again. So we are looking at a missile that has been in development since 2007, that officially, according to Putin himself, entered combat service in September 2023, and yet it cannot complete a successful test flight. According to Pavel Podvig, senior research fellow at the UN Institute for Disarmament Research, I want to be clear, this is open source. He reviewed all available evidence and concluded, judging by everything, this is another failure for the Sarmat program. He also noted that Putin's goal of having Sarmat fully deployed in 2025 is now, his words, extremely unlikely to be met. And here is the brutal irony. Just days before this disaster, on November 27, 2025, Putin was standing at a summit in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, issuing ultimatums to Ukraine. He was talking tough, he was threatening, and the very next day, his crown jewel nuclear missile was cartwheeling into the dirt on camera. Now I want to talk about what this actually means, because there are two ways to look at this, and I think both matter. The first way, and this is the optimistic take, is that Russia still has thousands of nuclear weapons. They have older ICBMs, submarine-launched ballistic missiles, nuclear-capable bombers. Their nuclear triad still exists. A conventional war with NATO, over in weeks. Russia loses badly, but the nukes are still real, still dangerous, and nobody should pretend otherwise. But here is the second way to look at it, and this is the more important point right now. The Sarmat was supposed to be the future. It was supposed to replace the aging Soviet-era R-36M2 missiles that were actually designed and built in Ukraine by Ukrainian engineers before 2014. Now those Ukrainian engineers are gone, that expertise is gone, and the missiles they built are getting older every single year. The Sarmat was the solution, the replacement, and it keeps blowing up. What that means practically is this: Russia's land-based nuclear modernization program is in serious trouble. The missiles they have now are aging. The missiles meant to replace them don't work. And unlike conventional weapons where you can rush production, nuclear missile programs take decades and enormous resources. Resources Russia is currently burning in Ukraine on drones, artillery, and troops. One French defense analyst at the Foundation for Strategic Research put it plainly: if this is indeed another Sarmat failure, it would be highly detrimental to the medium-term future of Russian nuclear deterrence. That is a massive statement from a serious analyst. Now, a couple of additional things worth noting here. Number one, the United States was watching. Days before the Russian test, the U.S. Air Force deployed an RC-135S Cobra Ball surveillance aircraft to Alaska. That plane carries optical and electronic sensors specifically designed to monitor ballistic missile launches, so we had eyes on it. We saw the whole thing. The U.S. military watched Putin's prize missile fail in real time. Number two, Russia's state media and the Kremlin went completely silent after the explosion. Putin's own spokesman Peskov told journalists the Kremlin had no confirmed information about the explosion, even as eyewitness videos were going viral worldwide. That is what humiliation looks like at the government level. They had no answer, no spin, just silence. Number three, context matters here. Russia has been threatening nuclear escalation repeatedly throughout the Ukraine conflict and now with the Iran situation developing. Putin uses nuclear threats as his primary diplomatic weapon. But every time that Sarmat blows up on the launch pad, that threat gets a little less credible, and credibility in nuclear deterrence is everything. So, as of today, here is where we stand. Putin's most hyped, most feared, most personally championed nuclear missile has now failed multiple times on camera. The replacement program for Russia's aging nuclear arsenal is in serious trouble. The United States watched the whole thing happen in real time, and the Kremlin responded with total silence. Does that make Russia less dangerous? No. Those older missiles still work. The nukes are still real. But does it expose the gap between Putin's propaganda and Russia's actual military capability? Absolutely, 100%, and that matters. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Does this change your view of Russia's nuclear threat? Is Putin's military machine as powerful as he claims? Drop your thoughts. As always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Huge boost to the channel. I'll see y'all next time.